Whoa.
Round 2.
Two boozing and balling. Fantasy football still shaking.
Still stirred.
Is it
Or
though?
wait,
Or
it's
is
not
it?
stirred.
It's
I don't
not
know.
stirred.
We'll fuck it up again. It's okay.
Either way, we're doing a live mock draft right now. It's a little bit early, but we want to do a little draft strategy episode. While I tell them about it, what are we inspired by?
Noble Oak.
Noble Oak.
This is the Double Oak brought to you by the Nobles.
The noblest of the nobles.
What is this anyway? 45% alcohol. It doesn't tell me a proof, which is
90.
weird.
It's always double the percent.
I just drink it.
I feel like you just had a major brain fart there.
No, that's not a brain fart. That's a legit didn't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know how proofs worked. I just always thought it was like an M&M thing.
Yeah, so whatever the percentage is, double that. That's the proof that you're always going to
See,
get.
now that's good quality.
That is good quality videos right
fucking-
there.
We should be telling the people that because I didn't know that.
We just told them.
Anyway, I don't know what a Sherry Oak Stav is, but we're going to try it.
We're going to try it. Anyway, we're going to go through this mock draft. We're drafting 2 positions in a 10-man league. I'm going to draft at 2. Dustin's going to draft at 8. That way you see how to treat it early and how to treat it later. Strategy. Draft strategy. Be prepared to pivot, you say, if you don't like a guy. What were you saying earlier?
What I was saying is you can't get stuck on a draft strategy. Like, he's going to try and go hero RB. If, let's say, some other insane RB drops to him in the second round, you'd be stupid not to take it.
Right.
So, like, even though you're going hero RB, you're not going to draft Devontae Adams over Jonathan Taylor just because you fucking want to go hero RB.
Unless it gets to where you're gonna mess up your roster and not be not fulfill and have a really shitty wide receiver one like.
Yeah, if you plan on making absolutely
Higgins.
no moves whatsoever throughout the entire year,
Yeah.
then yeah, maybe. But I'm thinking I'm a big guy on I want value over the positions that I need on my team because I can always go trade and get what I need to win a championship.
That's true. I'm big on stick with the strategy, and if I have a plan and I'm filling out these positions, I try and stick with it. But you're right. If a absolute stud's there that fell in the draft, you'd be dumb not to take him because it's points over players any given day.
Right. And you can never like especially on the running back position, you're probably going to have an injury at some point during the season. It's nice to have a little bit of cushion.
Oh,
on
very
that
true.
position.
So let's get this started. Way too early. What is it? June 1st.
It is June 1st.
June 1st, summer's here, OTAs are here. Let's do a mock draft. Let's start this.
Let's
and
get it.
kaboom.
Are you sure you want to start the draft? Yes.
Another thing I'm thinking is we're going to have to they're going to auto pick anyway. Here we go, and kaboom. Jamar Chase went first. So, like I said, I'm going hero RB at 2. So my choices are Saquon, Justin Jefferson, Bijan. I'm going Saquon because it's not even a homer pick, but I do think he's got the ability to be a top 3 running back again. So I'm taking him again with my hero running back strategy.
Yeah, he was this close to getting a tush push eliminated. Would have made him an absolute rock star, 101 probably overall.
Hands down the number 1. You could argue taking Bijan here. You could argue taking Jahmyr Gibbs if you really wanted to. But I'm going for
He had about 10 touchdowns taken from him last year from the 1 yard line.
Mm-hmm. But he's going to... I think they might give him more of them just to prove that they don't have to rely on the tush push. So I'm taking him. He's going to get the touches again. He might have more touches than any other running back. So I'm taking him at 2.
So yeah, back here at the 108, I kind of like to sit here and see what goes in front of me. God damn it, Puka Nacua.
Right in front of you at 8. Which to me, okay, so...
I
think it's early on Puka.
I think it's a little early on Puka too.
Because they got Devontae Adams, who I think is going to be more impactful than Cooper Kupp was last year.
And he's definitely going to get targets.
I think I would have taken. I think Puka went early, but I think you got lucky.
I do too because Amon.
I think you're taking Amon-Ra at 8 is a great pick.
If you can get Amon at 8, you smash that plus button and add him to your roster.
Who were you going to take there when this draft started? What was your goal at 8?
Honestly, I was taking Puka.
Which I would have thought. I would have thought Amon-Ra went.
Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, Amon's probably going before Puka Nacua. Let's be real. But I'm gonna take Amon-Ra St. Brown. I did a couple of other mock drafts, so I kind of did a little bit of research for this. Once I get into the mid rounds, you're going to see why my strategy is to load up on wide receiver early.
And these rounds aren't the rounds that win your league either. These first 2, 3, 4 rounds don't win your league. The middle rounds win your league.
Now, this is where I want to talk about a little bit of strategy. You got a couple of guys here. You got Brian Thomas Jr. Definitely worth a second round pick here. But they just added Travis Hunter. You still have to worry about fucking Trevor Lawrence. Is he going to have a season? Is he going to fucking fall on his face? We don't know. So there's a little bit of question marks there. Drake London, also a great second round pick. But at the same time, you got Michael Penix Jr. You're going to have a little bit of question mark there. You're going to have, I don't like to take question marks at this early in the draft. So I've also considered taking Christian McCaffrey here, but again, could win you your league, could lose your league, but I'm loading up on wide receiver, so I'm going to go ahead and take the third best receiver in the NFL with A.J. Brown. He's a sure thing as it gets. He's going to get his targets. He's going to score touchdowns. I like that start with Amon-Ra St. Brown and A.J. I got the Brown. Fucking the Brown and Brown connection there.
See, and McCaffrey fell to me. There's a lot of receivers.
See, now here is where I was talking about. You have a lot of receivers that just went off the board on you, and you're trying to do hero RB. Do you load up Christian McCaffrey right next to Saquon Barkley in this situation? That's where you got to start to weigh your options, your risk reward.
That becomes personal preference, yeah. Because I went here, and that's why I hate the top 2 picks in any draft.
Mm-hmm.
Because your second player is one of the worst players. He's almost a third-round player, basically.
I'm also not a huge fan of A-Chain there at the... I don't think he's a second-round pick. I could be so wrong on him.
People are hyping him up to be a lot better. I mean, a lot went off. Honestly, if Ashton Genty fell to me, which he went 1 pick before me, I would have done it. But if I'm going to stick with strategy, not players, I'm going wide receiver. And I'm actually fine with it because I think Ladd McConkey has top 5 wide receiver potential.
Yeah, he's a... Ooh, this is actually really good.
And that Ladd McConkey falling to me, he's going to be my wide receiver 1. I want to lock down the best available. In the second round, I want to lock down the best available wide receiver 1. So I'm going to take Ladd McConkey knowing that I'm coming back in 2 picks. This is me filling out. Got the hero RB. Now I got to start to knock down. The thing is, you don't want to go too early, no matter what, on tight ends like everybody makes mistakes on. You always go early on a tight end, and they let you down every damn year. And then you got to figure out, if you're not taking Josh Allen, you can probably wait till the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round to get a quarterback, unless you want to put your whole team around your quarterback.
I'd like to chime in here. If you can stay away from Tyreek Hill this year in the 3rd round, first pick of the 3rd round, I'm probably doing so. I might even like Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's available there, over top of him this year. We'll see how Sam Darnold works, but... something about Tyreek this year just scares me.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about him. It's a really weird...
Yeah, he scares me.
But he didn't... Yeah, and the fact that he fell to the 3rd round shows that there's a lot of worry about him. Now, granted, it's a mock and it's a computer, but... So me, I got my strategy, went hero RB, I got my wide receiver 1. I'm going to go... The only quarterback I think is worth going in the 2nd or 3rd round, and I'm taking Josh Allen because I'm now I'm locking down my positions and I'm going to fill them in later. Middle rounds is where I'll fill in the meat of my team, but I want to knock down those because I went big on the RB. I want to make sure I get quality at the other main positions.
I did not think you would want to go with Josh Allen there.
The only quarterback that I would here, because if I look down this list, I don't like Njigma enough over, if you scroll down, over Adams and Marvin Harrison and other people that might fall to me later at wide receiver. So if I look at my value is the next best available or one of my guys on my list, and you should always have a list of people that you like anyway. Is he that much better than everybody else that it's worth passing on the fantasy points that Josh Allen brings you? And to me, no, I'm going to fill out the key positions.
No, he's
right
definitely a worrisome pick there. Smith and Jigba has that potential.
Right.
But we just don't know yet.
But I think right now, by putting in Allen, it gives me more weekly points, more guaranteed weekly points. Obviously, you take out injury whenever you do this. You can't consider injury when you take a draft. Unless it's Christian McCaffrey. You can 100% consider injury with Christian McCaffrey because That's what he does.
So here's where I got kind of screwed and this is where my strategy kind of backfired on me. I was really hoping for a Jacobs or a Jonathan Taylor to fall to me, but this is where you can't panic.
Don't panic.
You can't panic.
You're on the clock. See, look, Lamar went off. Lamar would maybe be one of the other quarterbacks that I would say could go this early, but hasn't been as consistent as you'd like him to be for a quarterback.
He was great last year, though.
He was. So it's fair. Someone went there. I look like you got two people right ahead of you. See, now you're running out. Dustin went 2 stud wide receivers, so he's not going to get your true running back 1. He's not going to get...
See, I disagree because there's still some really great options.
But then I also... True.
But this is where you'll see me in rounds 4, not 4, but probably 5, 6, 7. You'll see me start to load up on some running backs that just for depth at the position, and then you just play matchups throughout the year. So I don't love Kieran Williams here. I love Chase Brown, though. I'm a huge Chase Brown guy. So if I were going here, I'm probably taking Chase Brown over Kieran Williams just because I think they're going to sling the rock all over the place with Puka and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Chase Brown
over Kieran Williams. He's also injury prone. I think your best bet. Again, Chase Brown has potential to be a top. But if you had to pick the top 10 running backs in a 10-man league and you say this is going to be my RB1, you wouldn't put Chase Brown in that conversation.
Right.
But he does have the potential, so it's the best pick at the spot.
And then the other guy that I was thinking about taking instead of Chase Brown just fell to me as well, which is awesome.
Kryn?
No. Kryn just went right after Chase Brown.
He did.
But this dude's on a contract year.
Team 9 knows you. They know you.
Yeah, they really do. Breece Hall is another good. This is very good. Yeah.
Breece Hall shouldn't be in the 4th round.
No, he should be earlier.
I don't think. I mean, honestly, I think I would have probably taken him above Chase Brown.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You just know me. I have a love for Chase Brown, but I'm definitely taking Breece Hall here because that's going to round me out at the RB position. Contract year. I mean, he had his prospect coming out of college was insane. Everybody was hyping him up to be the next fucking best
thing. And I just
thing.
think I think Justin Fields going to the Jets actually is good for Breece Hall.
I agree. They've already came out and said that they want to run the ball more this year, and Justin Fields is going to check it down. But yeah, Breece Hall in the 4th is an absolute steal in my opinion.
So back to me. I got my running back. I got my wide receiver. I got my quarterback. Now I'm going to start to fill it in again. I think it's way too early to go with any tight end because there's too much tight end talent all packed in one level. Because there's no more Travis Kelce's the guy. Get him early. If you notice that, he's not even on here yet. Brock Bowers went, which is really, I think he's the new Travis Kelce as of right now, but we'll see.
And there's not a ton of pass catchers there, so he's still going to see 150 targets this year.
So I'm going to start to fill out my roster, and I got to figure out, if you look down the list, this is where you'll start to figure out if you studied or not, and you have players and know that you like certain people. I'm going to say I need to either pick up another running back or I could probably wait on wide receiver. I think there's a little more wide receiver depth down the list. So do I take Kenneth Walker? Again, you got to take injury out of it in a mock draft like this because the season's not here yet. We're really early. You can't worry about anything like that. It's tough. And it's really tough to differentiate, I've noticed, between dynasty and redraft.
That's why I was shocked that you went with Josh Allen in the early 3rd.
No, I like it. I'm going to say here, and I think he's still going to be, with the weapons they added, I think he steps into the number 1 role. I like DJ Moore in Chicago as my wide receiver too. I think I'm taking him because I want to solidify another pass catcher. In a full PPR league, I want to solidify another pass catcher. I'm taking DJ Moore. No other coming back, and I'm still going to get a running back in 3 picks.
I think DJ Moore's a great pick there. I think he's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the last 2 or 3 seasons, especially playing with shitty quarterback play, shitty schemes, came from Carolina. I think he's one of the best talented wide receivers in the league, honestly, personally. But, yeah, I like that pick.
And is Keenan Allen, I don't think, is going...
He's gone.
So DJ Moore...
He didn't re-sign, but he hasn't signed anywhere else.
DJ Moore should be the wide receiver 1 there with added options. Now, here's the thing where I've done to myself in now multiple leagues is, with my list, my studying, and my players, my ranking, I want to take Omarion Hampton here as my RB2.
That's tough.
But I'm really big on not pairing my top wide receiver, one of my top 2 wide receivers, and top 2 running backs on the same team, because I think you limit your point potential here.
I also feel like that's early for him just because he's sharing the backfield.
For now, but I think
how he's going that far in front of Najee Harris is crazy to me.
So for what we're doing here in this mock draft, that conversation is not for this show, because it's like we're now debating what he would be as a running back. Yeah, me, because I studied, I value him above other people. If you're a person who's in 1, 2, 3 leagues, I don't think it's worth the risk unless you really study and like him. You're going to do what I'm going to do here and take someone like Kenneth Walker and get more of a guarantee.
Right now, Omarion Hampton is overall 47.
And I'm taking K9 because I want...
And Najee Harris is right now ranked as the 83rd overall player. How it's 36th place, that's crazy to me.
Because Omarion Hampton is the truth.
He is, but he's a rookie, and I can't imagine they're not going to give Najee the ball too.
So now you got 4 tight ends off the board. You've got 2 wide receivers. You've got 2 running backs.
I would have
What
considered...
is your strategy here at 8?
If
this is really good, actually.
I do really like this. Here's where I just start loading up on depth. Like, here's where you try to find the best flex player in the draft.
So you're going more of a flex player. You're like,
and
you're
I've
waiting
already
on that quarterback.
And at this point, seeing how many quarterbacks you got, 5 quarterbacks and 4 tight ends off the board. At this point, they're all the same.
There's no point in drafting them anytime soon.
No, I probably won't even touch them until the 8th, 9th, 10th round, just because, especially tight ends, they're so deep now. I mean, hell, Sam Laporta's not even off the fucking board yet. So.
And when it comes to quarterbacks, because you waited and everyone's now on that same tier, when I take them late, I do double tap.
Yes.
I get 2 that I can stream because I don't have that set and forget guy. But you're going to get like Matt Stafford and a Jared Goff, which you could win a league with those 2 quarterbacks. But you can get them in the 9th round.
I'm actually shocked. And because I went 2 stud wide receivers early, I'm going to start to now beef up my running back core. And I think this guy has a chance to be the number 1 overall running back this season. He's 28 years old. He does
You're not taking Joseph fucking Mixon.
I'm taking Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon.
I can't believe he's still there. Usually the guy who took TJ Hawkinson, who only has Bucky Irving, would more than likely take him over TJ Hawkinson in this position.
After you make this pick and we get back around, I want to touch on that. If you look at the way, now granted it's a computer, not a person, but if you look at the way some of these teams have drafted, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like Team 6 took Gibbs, then he went 3, he's got 3 receivers and a quarterback. He could have taken He could have taken Cook. He could have taken Kamara. He could have gone running back, but
This is easily the most difficult pick in the draft for drafting late. This 6th round pick, I've done a couple mocks, and every single time I sit here and look at it and go, I need to do more research because I have no idea.
You turn into a horse?
Yes, correct.
I do that, but that's waist down.
I have no clue who I would want to take here.
See, now this is where it's not a matter of who you take. This is where him and I will differ on it. Where I'm taking position, not people. So he's like, I don't know who I would take here. I would already know what position I'm taking. It's just a matter of I look at the list and say, do I take a flyer on a guy that I rank higher, or do I take best available at that position?
I'm thinking Patrick Mahomes here, but I don't love the pick.
When you look at quarterbacks, he's the best quarterback right now, but you've got
the guy right behind him who I would almost like better than him at Baker Mayfield.
I think I would put money on Baker Mayfield scores more fantasy points than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, agreed.
But that's up to you.
But I could also keep beefing up my running back core and take a James Conner or David Montgomery and be just 4 horses with 2 stud running backs or wide receivers.
That's true. You got 30 seconds to think about it. Again, 2 different things here. I'm drafting a strategy and taking the players to fill what my strategy is predetermined.
And I'm drafting value.
And he's drafting value. 2 different ways to do it. I am big on get your draft strategy, don't teeter from it, but teeter from the players. You're going to have a list of your top 5 here, your top 5 there, whatever, or based on availability, I want this guy in round 7. If he's not there, shit happens. Don't say, I need a running back here. If he's not there, I'm I'm taking
I took James Conner just because I think this is the last
4 running backs.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think we should bet on these teams and see how they do at the end of this. I'm fucking loving it. Now, here I am. I got my quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs.
I told you I was going to load up on running back.
Do I want to say, is it too early to pull on? Again, I'm with him. I think it's a little early for a tight end. Now, obviously, kicker defense will just take them at the end. Never take a kicker or defense. If it's Rapey Tucker or whoever it is, I don't really care.
Is he even on a team yet?
I don't know. But you stream them week to week. If you don't have free agent budget and you don't have waivers that cost you and you're in a regular redraft league, at the end of the draft, take a kicker and a defense and stream them every week. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, you find the team that's going to win the least amount of games and you try to play the defense that's playing against them every
Don't
week.
be one of those dudes that takes that takes a kicker in like the 8th round.
Well, I think the one year, I want to say it was either the Lions or the Browns. If you played the defense that played against them every single week, you would have had the number 1 defense in the league by like 100 points. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so here we go. Now we're getting into these rounds where I'm going to go depth. I'm going to take my flex guys now. I got not back-to-back picks, but pretty quick. I'm taking a running back and I'm taking a wide receiver. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at both depth charts and say, okay, I see a couple guys that even if both people between me take running back, I'm still happy with who's there. So I'm going to go to the wide receiver and say, I do love Chris Olave and he's due. I take the injuries out of it. I love Chris Olave. But
he did lose his quarterback.
He did.
You got a new guy throwing him the ball.
I like. It's a risk, but I like CeeDee Lamb taking off some pressure. I really like George Pickens in Dallas.
I think he's going to score a lot of touchdowns.
So I'm taking George Pickens in Dallas, knowing that even if I wanted to, if you look at it.
God damn it, Baker Mayfield just went
Baker Mayfield went off.
And he went before Patrick Mahomes, just like we said.
And this dick going players not strategy is like, oh fuck, because now what am I going to do when I get back there? Where I'm like, I already got it. So I know I'm taking. Look, I said I was comfortable if they both took running backs. Aaron Jones is there if I want him. I don't love Aaron Jones in Minnesota.
You don't? I think he's a great pick.
I like him in Minnesota, but I love R.J. Harvey.
So do I.
In Denver.
I think he's going to be a beast this season.
Think he could. And I mean, there's people that I could drop down and wait. I don't want the problem with early is I don't want to wait 16 picks to come back to take my flex running back or my bye week running back. Also, fuck bye weeks when you draft.
Yeah, don't even look at him.
Fuck bye weeks.
Don't even look at him.
If I could get my entire team on one bye week, I would.
It would be nice.
But they don't matter. People worry so much. Oh, I can't take this guy because his bye week is week 8, and this guy, fuck bye weeks when you draft. Anyway, I do love Aaron Jones, and he's proven. But I think for my third running back, R.J. Harvey's upside, he could move in and be my possibly number 1, 2 running back number 1 over Saquon, but I'm taking R.J. Harvey here.
But he could easily be your RB2 over Kenneth Walker.
And he's on my list, so I have my list. He's on there. I have him actually a little bit above Aaron Jones anyway, so I'm taking him here.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
So now when it gets back to me, I can start to hit my tight end if there's still.
Now Mahomes goes in front of me in 2. So now again they're all the same.
But here's what we said: you could get a Jared Goff who, if you look at Jared Goff, look at his stats.
You know which one I'm taking.
From the last season here, look at him. 2023, 2024. He's
honestly,
he's QB6 overall,
agreed.
And he's falling all the way down here.
It makes no sense. Year after year, Jared Goff falls all the way down to all the way down the board.
I have literally won multiple leagues with Jared Goff as my quarterback.
It makes no sense. But I'm sitting here looking at Jared Goff, Bo Nix, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, C.J. Stroud. There's no reason to take a quarterback before the 7th round.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you get Caleb Williams. But at this point, if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 10
this is the round where I'm starting to look at the tight ends, and I think this is a great spot to pick up a Travis Kelce.
Is that who you're going with?
I don't know.
So, 7 teams have taken a quarterback for where Dustin's sitting at. 7 teams have taken a quarterback. So, unless people start to double up early, which is way too dumb.
I don't hate Chris Godwin here either to give me my third wide receiver. I'm a little nervous about his injury history, but I'm starting to look at the wide receiver position, and it's starting to get a little thin as like a bye week filler. You're starting to look at some of the older guys.
Oh God, I splooged everywhere. I get excited sometimes when that happens.
But yeah, so I'm gonna actually go Chris Godwin here. I think.
Damn.
I like some other guys coming down the board, but
Actually, that looked very not.
especially. So I got Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin. Okay, take out injury. I do think he's. I
don't know if he's gonna. We'll see. I don't know. Again,
I think he has a killer year and then gets traded. Side note.
that'd be perfect for me as long as he has a killer year in this.
So now what are you gonna do? You've got 27 running backs, 16 wide receivers. What is DK gonna do here?
Well, I can still get Travis Kelce. But I can't.
Do you? I'm not telling you to draft. Is Travis Kelce still?
No, no.
He would be the 6th. Okay, I'd say he's probably the 6th tight end.
I still think
he's still a top 10.
I think he's still a top 10 guy. He's gonna get the targets. I mean,
you get nervous though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you think Travis Kelce and you. Pucker,
I don't love it.
Pucker a little bit.
So I'm actually gonna pivot. I'm gonna take my quarterback here because Jared Goff going is starting to scare me. I think we all know who I'm taking here. Bo motherfucking Nix.
Oh, you. And see, what I think you did was you didn't look ahead of you and realize everybody there in back already has a quarterback and you could have waited.
That's okay, but you can't.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because some dumb asshole will take a second quarterback.
Yes.
There's
don't
always
ever
that dumb asshole in your league.
Yeah, agreed. It happened to me multiple times, and I'm sitting there going, guys, you already have a quarterback. What are we doing here?
Like what? Yeah, like you're not gonna. It's a bench spot wasted, and also your league bench will determine how you draft, because if you only have like a 6-man bench, you don't take a backup quarterback. You
stream it,
waiver it, stream it that week.
Yeah.
So all right, I got.
It'd be nice to have a bench spot that didn't take a roster spot for people on bye, so that you could pick somebody else up when somebody's on a bye.
That would be nice.
We might have to come up with that. A bye spot. So like I could
a bye week bench spot, like a taxi squad for
redraft,
for dynasty, for like that's an interesting one. You're gonna blow people's minds,
right? That could be an interesting concept where it's like, hey, I got a bye spot, so I'm gonna throw my quarterback in there so I can pick up somebody, and then I can drop that quarterback and slot my quarterback back in.
All right, so here's what I'm doing here. Oh, and I like him coming back too. I'm not going to go tight end yet because, again, I think there's a lot out there. I can get Travis Kelce on the turn here. I'm going to say that I love the fact that TreVeyon Henderson is still there.
You wanted Travis the whole time.
Yeah, I did want him. I don't want him. I'm going to take my 4th and final wide running back at this point. Another rookie who I like with a lot of upside in Henderson, because Ramondre Stevenson has proven that he's a waste. And I'm glad I did because he went Swift, which is...
Hold on a second. I got to defend Ramondre Stevenson a little. He is not a waste. The dude's a good player. The whole team has been a fucking shaft.
That's true, but has he...
He's been the only bright spot on that offense for the last 3 years. When he was
drafted, because everybody drafted him on that one good year he had, has he not let people down for 2 years in a row?
He's been hurt. And he's been playing on an absolutely shitty Patriots team. Now, if he doesn't do anything
he's
this year...
He's like a middle-class Christian McCaffrey.
Even a middle-class Christian McCaffrey is still pretty good.
That's true. I mean...
He's put up good numbers and in a shitty offense.
That's true.
And now they're finally putting some pieces around him. I'll be curious. Henderson showing up, yes, does kind of take a little bit away from him. But I'm sorry, I needed to defend him a little bit. He's a good running back. I hope he gets somewhere where he can actually shine with his talent.
So here I am, 9th round, going to finally take hero running back strategy. I said I wasn't planning on taking a tight end until round 7, 8, 9, 10. It happens that he passed on Travis Kelce, so if he's there, you got to take him for his farewell tour or whatever. I'm gonna finally fill out with my strategy. I've now hit every position of round 9.
I feel like he's still a red zone monster. I don't hate that pick.
But I like it because now in round 9, I have a stud running back, stud quarterback. I've got my wide receiver 1. I've got 5 depth players, and I got a top 10 tight end.
I don't even know who's on my team. Hang on a second.
I can tell you who's on the team. They can tell you who's on their team. I like it. Whose team? I want to know, though, whose team do you think is going to do better throughout the season?
I don't hate this pick here.
Oh, you dickhole. I was going to take Brandon Ayuk. I know who you just looked at, and you make me angry.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be super contributing early in the season. He's still coming back from his injury.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick
but
in ninth round.
Getting in the 9th round, and once he comes back, there's nothing a whole lot there.
Because last year...
At this point... Well,
what was his ADP? Last year...
That's who I'm taking. I have to. Because you're looking at a bunch of old dudes and then a bunch of question marks after that, and I'm still kind of in need of wide receivers. So yeah, Brandon Ayuk in the 9th round is a solid pick.
So yeah, because in 2020, before his injury, if you look in 2023, he was a top 15 wide receiver back-to-back years, and then he got hurt. So the fact that you're taking him in 9 is insane.
Yeah, it's stupid actually.
Also, I love that we can graphic this shit. This makes it fun. This is a very Noble Oak type of...
I actually really like that bourbon.
I do too. I have the Noble Oak
rye. So now we're back into me
here. I have the Noble Oak rye at the beach house I want to try.
I've got 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, and a quarterback.
Let's scroll you up here.
Well, you only scroll up for yourself, so it's fine.
I scroll up for you too. I want to show them your team.
So here, once you start getting into these 9th, 10th, 11th rounds, here's where you can start to reach a little bit. You don't have to be so afraid of missing on these picks because you could drop a 10th round pick and still win your league. It's not that big a deal.
But if you do hit on them, this is where you win your league.
So I'm going to reach a little bit.
Around.
I kind of wanted Evan Ingram, but I don't hate it because I was kind of like
eyeing this. Evan Ingram.
I wanted to pair him up with Bo Nix.
I almost took him over Kelsey.
I wanted to pair him up with Bo Nix, but I don't hate this pick. I think this guy's going to be a huge part of their offense. I am taking my tight end. I don't care that everybody else does because I feel like he's going to get taken. Going with the rookie. I think Tyler Warren's going to be...
He should not have sat this long.
I think he's going to be an absolute monster in that offense just because they need a guy to take the
I'm going to be honest, I forgot about him. I'm going to be honest, I should have taken him over Kelsey. The only caveat is Anthony Richardson sucks.
He might not even be the quarterback.
Like that, he sucks.
That's what's crazy to think about. But I think he's got a big arm, and I think if Tyler Warren can get open against his mismatches.
All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds. So 4 more rounds.
Yeah, because the 2 we're not even going to talk about.
Here's where you beef it up. With me, my strategy, I need to leave this draft with another quarterback, another tight end, another wide receiver, and probably another running back. And I'm happy with my hero running back strategy, which... Check out our YouTube. I will do a 10-minute breakdown of the hero running back strategy so that you understand why I did what I did.
This fucking team. 1, 2,
dude,
3, 4,
there's some teams like I want to know what team was the worst on here. Team 6 pissed me off early. Team 6
They've made a decent comeback.
They did make a decent comeback, but Team 6 pissed me off early. And
Thomas Jackson
we should
Smith.
keep this for our viewers. And like as you join, you get a lottery of which team is yours. And Team 6, like I'll send you a T-shirt.
Team 3 has 6 wide receivers right now, taking Justin Jefferson in the first round.
And they have Genty and Chuba Hubbard.
I don't think if you take Justin Jefferson.
I got 30 seconds. Don't be a dick about it. Hold on.
Well, you think about who you're going to pick. But if you take Justin Jefferson with your first pick, 3rd overall, I suggest not drafting 5 more wide receivers.
I'm taking this, so I need one more. I need one more wide receiver, one more running back, one more quarterback, tight end. I'm not going to take the quarterback, tight end until the end, so I'm going running back, wide receiver, and I'm taking Matthew Golden, who I think could step in and be wide receiver 1 in Green Bay. Love him. Now this is where your rookies will start coming out like crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Back to me, George. It's
funny.
Again,
George, this is where you're going to start.
Reed went right after. Jaden Reed went right after.
This is when you're going to start reaching a little bit. Start taking the people that you think has potential. You're not really looking for that like star power.
This is where I love to reach. Where I will scroll way down here and be like, all right, who do I like? And you know a guy that I love, and I'm going to say, fuck it, I'm taking him. I'm taking Jaden Blue from Dallas. Even though I have George Pickens.
I can't imagine you do that right now. And here's
why
I say
He's my 4th running back.
You have Kenneth Walker. There's another guy on that board that when Kenneth
Zach
Walker,
Charbonnet. I thought about taking a handcuff here.
That's what I was gonna say. I was
That's
like,
true.
this is
Round
a
11.
perfect 11th round pick.
This is a good handcuff conversation.
If you're
this is a little spanking I'm going to take
If you're
right
gonna
now.
draft Kenneth Walker,
Who is injury
It
prone.
is very smart right here with him still available to take Zach Charbonnet.
You know what? I did look at him and I thought about that. I was like, I don't.
Because if something ever happens to Kenneth Walker, he instantly becomes your RB2.
But in my business too, I'm the same way. Like, I don't buy the warranty on products because when you buy the warranty, shit breaks and you deal with it. And when I don't buy the warranty, then shit doesn't break. It's just a weird thing. So to me, like, I'm cursing myself if I get him. But
if you want Jadon Blue, you could also get him 2 rounds from now. Probably.
I'm taking because I want to finish with my backups because it's just with our benches. That's kind of how I'll round this out.
I got you.
I want to have the just for the sake of the mock. I'm going to round it out with. I want to have a.
We don't have a lot of space. So do we even take a backup quarterback?
We have a lot of space because you think about it. If you look at roster, you're going to leave this draft with ideally 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, at kicker and a defense.
Okay, so it is time. So, shit.
Yeah, because I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you're gonna leave 5 and 5. No, 4 and 4.
Yeah, no, right. It's okay. I don't really like anybody left anyway. Everybody else is more dynasty plays for me.
No, you're leaving with 9 combo and 9 wide receiver. And honestly, I probably don't need a backup quarterback. I could stream one. If he gets hurt, I'm fucked. I'll just pick up his backup. You wouldn't have to. I could go 5 and 5, 5 wide receiver, 5 running back.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on how your league works, but this is just a straightforward PPR. No frills, no nothing like that.
I'm trying to see if I like anybody here.
Let's scroll up for you. Let's see what you've done with the place.
I don't hate my team, to be honest with you. There's a couple of running backs here that I like, but I've already got 4 good ones.
Let's click into your roster here. DK, let's just highlight this.
I got 20
right
seconds.
What has he done here? What have you done with your life?
I mean, I'm actually going to draft Brock Purdy here to go with Bo Nix.
I don't think it's a bad idea to.
I
can't get out of it. Now I can't get out of it.
I'm going to take my backup quarterback here. That was just in case Bo Nix has a second-year slump. I don't foresee that happening. He's got a great offense around him. They're just adding pieces to it. But just in case, for whatever reason, Nix decides to have that slump, I do like Purdy this year.
The sophomore slumps. I fear that with Jaden Daniels, too. The sophomore slump is real.
It's real. I
can't wait to see Caleb Williams' sophomore slump.
Nah,
I fucking hate that guy. I don't know. I'm gonna start a club. It's gonna be him and Shadir.
I almost want to take Blue just to piss you the fuck off, but
don't because I won't either.
No, because there's another guy that I really, really like. I'm throwing him into my wide receiver core. I think this guy has a chance to be breakout candidate of the year. You probably don't even know where I'm going with this, but Keon Coleman.
You fucking cocksucker. That was very aggressive for the live. I was gonna take him right here.
I don't know if he was making it to you, but
we are gonna get in trouble. I went hard.
It's okay. That's how good Keon has a chance to be. There's not a lot of
people watching this live this late on a Saturday, and it's too early in the season for fantasy football people to really be on board. But when you watch this back, I'm sorry.
So,
Lord, please forgive me. Please be with us.
Back to Keon Coleman. I think that man has a chance to really break out this year. If you're in a keeper league and you can get him,
I love Keon Coleman.
I would take him where I took Brandon Ayuk in the 9th round.
I'm on the clock.
If you're in a keeper league, I would go earlier on Keon Coleman, just thinking if he has that breakout, he's going to be an excellent keeper come next year. Not this year, next year too. I think he does. Sky's the limit for him.
All right. So I guess I got to take.
I was gonna say you might want to back up that 35-year-old tight end.
Yeah, I think I'm going to back up the tight end. And here's the thing is, this is one of these ones I'm going to dip down because of my rankings and the dude I'm taking. You know where I'm going with it. I'm taking Mason Taylor because he's the only option, and Justin Fields likes tight ends.
I don't hate it.
I mean, everyone up there is to me. I do think Isaiah Likely's good. Freiermuth is good, but to me, he's a backup, and I want to let him sit on the bench and marinate. I'm going to take Mason Taylor here. And then he went and got it, Rachaad White. Now it's like, okay, because of the sake of this, I have to take a quarterback because we're doing double at every position because this is a very large bench. But you do play 2 flex.
Not a very large bench. This is a decent bench.
But I feel like you gotta do backup. So I'm gonna take my backup quarterback. And again, this is one of those ones where got a lot of options. Like you could have waited now and taken a quarterback. Like I love that Dak is still here, and I will not take him.
Just because?
Yeah, here we go.
Because I was going to take Dak Prescott instead of Brock Purdy.
Because of his new weapon, and I think he could be a stud, and I'm just going to...
As long as he stays on the field, he's a top 12 guy, no matter how you
I'm taking this guy because if Josh Allen does get hurt, I think that T-Law, Sunshine, you're not going to play.
You are fucking obsessed with him.
But you're going to be left there on my bench. I'm not obsessed with him.
You love Sunshine.
I do love Sunshine. Because I will never forget the night they played the Titans.
So,
if you don't get that reference, you should not be playing fantasy football.
I'm going to take a tight end as well. Obviously, because I don't really have another choice. Because
and then we just got to go
kickers and
kicker defense. And watch this whole league's going to go. Actually,
Kyle Pitts is always intriguing.
Do you notice that no team, even in a mock, took a kicker or a defense yet?
That's actually I'm hoping Sleeper programmed it that way because that's actually very good.
If they did, that's good on Sleeper. Sleeper, good on you for doing that because when you get like a Tucker or see, nobody knows.
You know who I really like this year that's kind of nobody ever talks about is Cade Otton.
Love Cade Otton.
He's only gotten better every single year.
And they didn't pick up a backup in a good tight end class.
Because of how good he actually is. So
he's top 15 talent, not top 10.
I do like Cade Otton. It's tough for me to pass up on Colston Loveland though. Going in.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, again, Colston Loveland got stuck with somebody again.
Yeah, he's Cole Kmet.
Which Cole Kmet has proven to be a very serviceable
But I really
tight
think
end.
you've got the whole situation where it's the oh my god,
the Raiders.
Yes, what's the fucking May?
Michael Mayer and
Brock. Yeah, I said May. Michael May. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Colston Loveland just because I think he's gonna get a lot of targets because he doesn't block for shit. I think they're gonna have him spread out.
That's kicker defense is shit. Watch this entire round, just boom. Kicker. You better go kicker.
I'm going defense.
You're going to be a dick?
Yeah, because I'm taking your Eagles away from you.
You're an ass. I was better that time. I didn't use quite the language.
It's all kicker.
Dude, Sleeper did program this.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
To go kicker. Yeah, so you know what? Screw it. I'm going defense. Commanders is the top. See, they don't even rank them. They don't even rank them right.
It's not ranked yet, for sure. Right. It's too early to have your ranks.
Fine, I'm going to take my kicker. Jake Miss Elliott. Oh, defense. All right. You know, because they don't matter. You know, because I like Sauce Gardner, I'm going to take Jets.
I don't hate it.
They don't really matter.
I got to see you going with the fucking...
But I'm going to...
The worst thing is, though, I get, like, the worst fucking kicker now.
I don't think he's the worst.
Who's available?
Younghoe Koo.
Ah.
Younghoe Koo is actually good.
He's a very good kicker. He's very accurate. I might take Baltimore's kicker, though.
So how do we look at rosters? Let's look at... Dude, pick it so this thing can... It's just a fucking kicker that doesn't matter.
Yes, it
does. Don't be that guy who cares about a kicker.
All right, well, I'm going with Boswell, then.
You wouldn't take Younghoe Koo? No. Why, because of bye weeks?
No. I can't say it on YouTube.
Because you don't... I get it. You don't like Atlanta. I get it.
I really don't like
Atlanta. Look at you. You're the only dude here who went, like, opposite. Good Lord. All right.
My team is
Let's
stacked.
check out some rosters here real quick. I don't know if we can, but yeah. Let's just highlight you. So what do you got here? You got St. Brown. You went Brown. Brown.
Yeah, Brown. At least we know what our.
I didn't realize this.
What can Brown do for you?
I think your fourth pick would have been eye, and it's your favorite fruit. You're taking the brown eye. Anyway, St. Brown, AJ Brown, Chase Brown, Breece Hall mixing. You went. So if you take an injury, you're good at running back.
Yes.
You take an injury at wide receiver, you're okay. Too.
I was a little on the side about taking James Conner, but I was like, he's great value there in the 6th round, and on top of it,
he's not going to play unless you get an injury.
If he gets hurt, or if he's got a good matchup, like I could easily play him over Breece Hall with a tough matchup. You know what I mean?
I wish I don't know how to get in to see the other rosters right now.
Right there.
Wait, hold on. God damn it! Every time. Hold on.
Just click on the name.
Stop.
Stop.
Stop it. Hold on. Where are you at?
I need a spritzer.
Oh my God.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to look at your roster as a full to see your starting lineup. All right, there we go. So you got Bo Nix, Chase Brown, and Breece Hall. Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, Tyler Warren. Your flex, Mixon, Connor, which that can jump around. That was based on your pick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, there's 2 flexes there, it looks like.
Yeah, 2 flexes. Godwin, Ayuk, Coleman, Purdy, Loveland on your rounding out your bench. It's not bad.
No, I don't hate it. Because I will eventually, Ayuk's probably sliding into one of those flex plots at some point.
Oh, he's sliding above Connor right away.
Yeah,
week 1.
Yeah, pretty
week
much
1.
immediately.
So I got Josh Allen, Saquon, Kenneth Walker, Ladd, DJ Moore, Kelsey Pickens, Harvey, Henderson, Golden, Charbonnet, Taylor on the bench.
Yeah, I don't hate that either.
So I went hero running back. It was, I'm taking my stud RB, and then I'm filling out positions based on position, not player. You went player.
I just went value. I went straight value. That's how I draft all the time. I like to take the highest value. There
are so many draft strategies. It's a fair one to do. You look so much taller than me in this video.
Yeah, it's because I'm sitting up in a fucking bar stool. But anyway, later in the draft, I feel like you almost have to go value. Because, like, you're not going hero RB at the 8th pick. I'm sorry, you're just not. Because there is no hero RB left. They're all taken already.
No. Honestly, if you get one of those 2 early picks, you kind of have...
No, because you could take Chase or Jefferson.
No, because I've done it. Last year, I did the 0 running back strategy last year, and it worked out very well for me.
This year, again, in these mid rounds, you're looking at... Here, can you scroll up just a touch? But yeah, you're looking at your Rome Odunzes, your Jerry Judys, your Travis Hunters, your Jordan Addisons in the 7th and 8th round. I'm not as excited about that as taking a Tyrone Tracy or a Swift or a Henderson or an RJ Harvey. Like, I'm just not as excited about those wide receivers as I am those running backs. So I would rather load up on wide receiver early this year and then try and pick up some of these mid-round running backs as opposed to the opposite. That's just my thought. I could be totally wrong there, and that could completely change come August.
That's very true. So here's a question. Do we bet these lineups?
What do you want to bet?
Bottle of Noble Oak?
It only seems right. How much was that?
That was like 30 something, I think.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that works.
Maybe 40 at the most. Bottle of Noble Oak? So are we doing full team?
Like best ball?
Like best...
That's going to be tough to keep track of.
Or do we just say overall fantasy points?
What we could do is start like $1 underdog or something and then just only draft these teams against one another, and then it would...
And then just like one dickhead in the underdog who drafts that guy. Like, we're at the last round.
No, we could do 1v1 and just bet whatever we want. Because you can make your own.
Or we could just do like a $40 or $30 or $20 or whatever dollar 1v1 on an underdog and make that the bet.
We can do that. $20.
$20 1v1. Who do you think wins? Who do you think wins this game? Right,
it's gonna come down to injury.
Why are my fingers so crooked? Because I've been through some shit. I broke this finger twice in one basketball game. All right. So hey, that was our mock. Just giving you 2 different strategies at 2 different positions. We might do one or two more of these just for the fuck of it.
Probably wait till closer to season to do another one of these.
It's just early. You don't know how things are going to pan out.
Because then we can take the timer off. We can break down some players a little bit more. Talk about a little bit about like what we think they're going to do. This was more.
Dustin will have less midsection in the video. I hope.
I feel like one of those fucking aliens from Men in
Black. I feel like
Black.
this is an OnlyFans draft.
It's definitely.
I can't wait for people to watch this shit.
Just cut the tape.
Do you want to rate this bourbon or what?
I still can't believe fucking Pukanuka went right in front of me.
Dude, I know. I knew that's where you were fucking going. Are you rating this? Give it a quick rating. Taste and drinkability.
It's very good.
Show him Jason real quick. Move your head. That is all. That is man right there. That right there. It's good. I like the oak. The taste. I love that oak. Like, you really get a wood taste to this.
Yes.
But like a sweet wood.
It's different. Like, it's funny because we just did the 2XO.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like...
Not as woody as this.
It's a double oak, but it does not...
This reminds me a lot of the Woodford double oaked.
Yeah. If I could take more of this oak and put it in that 2XO, that 2XO would have been like a 98.
Oh, that's true.
But I still, having said that, I still don't like it as much as that 2XO, so I'm going to go with taste. I'm going to go with an 84.
That's fair. That's fair. I think it tastes good. I think it's got a good taste. I like that oaky. I'll stick with it. I like it. I'll take an 84. I'm fine with it. I'm fair. Taste
is a little bit...
It's an easy drinker, though.
It is.
But it's also only 90 proof.
It doesn't get easier as I drink it, though.
So the 2XO got easier.
Yes. So as I drank the 2XO, like, I just forgot I was drinking bourbon, and I was just fucking going. This stays with me. So it's like it's always has that little bit of a harshness going down like bourbon does when you first start drinking it.
Make me mad,
so yeah, I'm going a little bit lower. I'm going 78 with the drinkability.
78?
Yeah, well, it's only 6 points difference.
So you went 84. I went in 84.
I love the flavor, but the drinkability is a little bit on the harsh side. So
it's harsh to see. I
wanted to drop it down, but the flavor is very good.
I like to still remember I'm drinking bourbon. So I'm a little higher on the drinkability. Like I like that. When it gets really watered down, and I don't get me wrong, I love it. It's delicious, but I still like to be like, hey, I'm still here. Hey, buddy. Still look good.
Still putting lead in your pencil.
Mm-hmm. Still putting hair on my nuts. Oh my God. Side note. Okay, I'm gonna rate this in a second, but when Theo Vaughn said about, do you think that the back side of your nuts is jealous of the front side of your nuts with Bert Kreischer? I don't know if you ever heard. If you haven't heard that, watch it.
I missed that.
It is hilarious.
I only watch
because Bert said, "Well, the backside gets to hang out with your asshole, while the front side gets to hang out with your dick."
Depends on what you're into.
Anyway, hair in your nuts. So I'm
maybe
gonna
the backside likes the asshole.
I like the taste. I definitely like it.
Yeah, I know we went 84 on taste.
I mean the drinkability. So I'm gonna say I like that it hangs around. It lingers a little bit longer. I'm gonna give it an 86 for that because I do love that still sits there. Oh, it doesn't dilute in the water as much as some stuff.
No, you're absolutely right. It just hangs out back in here.
So we give an overall 83, which I think is fair.
I think that's perfect.
Noble Oak 83, good rating, good fare, good. But
I think that's perfect. It's my fault because of the 78, but.
And that's why I like this because we're a show rating and our tastes are different. Like I got some handshakes sent to me like that. This is from another creator, bourbon creator. This is his shirt. But I got some handshakes sent to me. They're the high proof Old Forester. Mm-hmm. It's like 100, 115, 130 proof. So you know those are going to hit you. That's more my alley than it is your alley.
Right.
And I like that our tastes are different.
Yeah.
So that when we do a show rating, it's kind of like two different palettes rate one bourbon. Instead of everybody, like not everybody's going to like what I like. So if we give them a nice average, it's kind of cool because they're getting like, some people might like lighter, some people might like heavier. We give them a good average.
I like it.
All right, first mock of the season, June 1st. Puka motherfucking Nuga.
Puka Nuga.
Now we have to hit some buttons here and stop the stream. Get your dick out there.